You're listening to this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. It would greatly benefit the show.
Oh God! Oh God!
Vent it and it won't. No, it won't. Okay. Wow.
Not a high quality. Aluminum.
That's happened to me.
You got a screwdriver?
Take the keys.
Hey,
Try keys. Yeah, you got your keys. This is a great way for the non-spoiler section to start.
Just jam it in?
Yeah, just jam it.
As what she said,
just jam it in.
Oh God!
Here. Can I help you?
Yeah, give it to me.
Okay, Nick Farx has got it. He's going to open this game.
Oh, it didn't even get started?
No.
Well, what the fuck? I thought if at least...
It's a great start to the show.
This is a metaphor for the dark
All right,
backwards.
so this is why I was thinking screwdriver, because you can really get kind of a...
Yeah, you're right. We have a screwdriver. In here, you'd think in the man cave I would keep a screwdriver, and I do not. Are you pushing your keys in? Here we go.
Trying to.
Yeah, do it on the floor. That's the best way. Grab another one. Yes. Give up on that one.
Here you go.
Oh, you got it. Nice.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But we didn't get a... You know?
Here, you know what? Not all heroes wear capes, so I will do what is necessary for the show.
Wow, that one opened real nice.
Yeah, because I know how to do it.
Right? I am an amateur at drinking. Hello and welcome to Movie Beaters with the Farx brothers. I'm Kirk.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Nick.
And we're joined by Dan Dockery, director, cinematographer, editor, and writer.
Cinematographer, director, and writer.
Oh, cinematographer first?
Whatever order you like.
No, we're arguing about that to start with. Dan, thanks for coming on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Why did you pick this movie? What is the movie again? And
All right, so the movie we're watching is the Adam Rifkin classic from, I don't know, sometime in the 90s, The Dark Backward, which is one of the most inexplicable movies I have ever seen in my life.
inexplicable. How so?
So this movie is objectively pretty bad.
I don't believe that, but okay.
But it somehow, despite Adam Rifkin not having made a lot of movies before this, other than some straight-to-video stuff called like The Invisible Maniac and whatnot, managed to get a bunch of A-list actors to be in this movie. So you've got Judd Nelson coming kind of off of The Breakfast Club, you know, when he was seen as like, you know, the rebel and like the bad boy. But in this movie, he plays like this nebbish guy who wears oversized suits and kind of looks like a turtle with how he walks, you know, shoulders riding up at ear level the whole time. You've got the Bill Paxton, one of the most incredible actors of our time. You've got Lara Flynn Boyle, again, you know, kind of, I don't think she was Brat Pack, but, you know, kind of coming off that very popular young actor thing.
Was she dating Nicholson at this time?
I
was
don't know.
a Nicholson girlfriend for a while. I know that because what?
Is that important to her story? I don't know why you bring that up.
I guess that you've called me out as a sexist. Thank you. I just, from being a young boy, I remember my father talking about Jack Nicholson, and then I remember.
And the people he dated?
No, my father wouldn't have talked about that, but I know I would have consumed that because I knew, Jack Nicholson, that's someone my father likes.
Let's see who else is in it. One of my other favorites, and it's a tragedy this man didn't act in more films, Wayne Newton as the talent agent. Wayne Newton is so good in this movie. He's known for being a Las Vegas lounge singer guy. I think he missed a second calling in being an actor because as the talent agent in this, he's fantastic.
When you're one of those, you're a performer. So
What do you mean one of
That's
those?
true.
Oh, Vegas.
I thought you were going to mention Vegas Vacation because he's in that too. But he plays himself in that.
Yeah.
But probably I would assume that he does a good performance, especially as himself. So.
Sure. Let's see who else. And then in smaller parts, you have James Caan playing.
He was there
doctor.
one day. I won't spoil anything, but if you're watching this movie going, hey, this is a James Caan movie.
Like I said, in smaller parts.
He
So
shot
smaller
for 2
parts,
days.
you have James Caan as the doctor. You have Claudia Christian as Kitty, his assistant. You have Rob Lowe, also probably there for one day.
Yeah,
as
definitely.
a talent agent for like a Hollywood talk show, like a Johnny Carson kind of show. And then, a lot of people that I guess are kind of famous as like smaller people in Hollywood. So the guy that plays Twinkie Doodle, I can't remember the name of the actor, but
Twinkie Doodle, I don't even remember the character at this point.
Twinkie Doodle's the guy with the talent show, like the small local talent show.
Oh, that guy. Yep. Okay. He's at the beginning of the trailer, I noticed.
Yeah, and the guy that owns this restaurant here. And right there, look right there in the background, Billy Bob Thornton.
That is Billy Bob
Oh,
Thornton. Just
wow,
hanging out there.
As an extra, pre-fame, Billy Bob Thornton.
You know, here's the pushback I'm going to give you on Adam Rifkin is that he wrote Mouse Hunt, and that was a very successful movie. So he's had successful movies.
No, he's had a bunch of successful movies, but this movie, when it was made,
wasn't successful. I know.
But
It was before Mouse Hunt and before...
It was before all those successful movies.
But the point is that he had some level. He had a hit or two in him. And for anyone in Hollywood, that's impressive.
He had a bunch of hits in him. Yeah. He did The Chase with Charlie Sheen and Christy Swanson. That was a big movie back in the 90s. He did Detroit Rock City, which was, mid-budget Hollywood.
That movie I loved when I was a kid.
Yep. Yeah.
Not anymore.
Edward Furlong. I haven't watched it in such a long time. It's about a group of kids in Michigan going to a Kiss concert.
Wow, Michigan. No wonder why you like that. You're from Michigan.
Hell yeah. Did you ever see Detroit Rock City? Or what's the other one? Rock and Roll High School?
Rock and Roll High School, yeah, with the Ramones.
But that's the late 70s?
Yeah, that was a long time before.
Yeah, I mean, but the ones I can think of like that.
Yeah.
I love Detroit Rock City.
Yep, and he also did one of the segments of Chillerama, I remember, which was like a... Twilight Zone style, a few different directors make like a 30-minute horror film.
Or like 4 Rooms.
Yeah, Tarantino's 4 Rooms, yeah. All I'm saying is he got all these basically A-list actors, some of them playing well against part. In fact, I'd heard at some point that Judd Nelson was kind of the one that made them make this movie. He must have met Rifkin somewhere because no studio was going to give him $1 million to make this movie.
Why would he want to be, I guess I kind of get wanting to play like such a loser. It's a great arc. I'll save it for the spoiler section. Yeah. Shut up.
There's no arc in this movie.
You know what? I can't wait till we get to the spoiler section now. Okay?
Great. He just loved the part. And Bill Paxton there's the big Hollywood movies that he's really famous for. But he did all kinds of weird stuff earlier in his career. Do you know the song Fish Heads?
The song Fish Heads. Is that the band that Superman likes in the new movie?
Fish Heads?
Yeah,
that's a joke on
Okay, so this is going to get into obscure trivia. So there's an actor named Bill Mumy who played Anthony in Twilight Zone. He's the guy that said, you're a bad man. You're a really bad man, and send people to the cornfield.
The little boy with the power.
Yeah. That guy came up recently because somebody suggested that somebody in public life is kind of like that person.
Oh, all right.
Because they can just speak things into existence.
Yeah, and there's a connection there, too, because he was on a show called Babylon 5, which also had Claudia Christian, who's in this movie.
Wait, isn't Babylon 5 the one where it's the...
Space Station?
But did they have Muppets? That's not the one. That's
no, I think that's maybe
Farscape.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not a Babylon 5 guy, not a Farscape guy.
Right.
I've seen them.
I'm a big sci-fi nerd, so I was a big Babylon 5 guy. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so Bill Mumy was in a band called Barnes and Barnes.
Barnes and Barnes, got it.
And they end all their songs with the word yeah. And their biggest hit of all time was a song called Fish Heads, which has them singing in a very sing-song voice. Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum.
When's the last time you listened to that song?
Within the last few months.
I was afraid you were going to say, well, I was driving over here.
No, it's...
the theme song of my life.
It might be, but I don't listen to it that often. But anyway, so I actually love Barnes & Barnes, and I have 4 of their albums.
Okay.
You might like them. I don't know. I'll send you a link sometime.
Please do. I mean, I have Spotify, or the green one. I can look it up.
So anyway, they made a music video for the song Fish Heads.
Okay.
And it stars
Bill
Paxton.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Bill Paxton should have been nominated for an Academy Award for this movie.
He shouldn't.
Bill Paxton. But Bill Paxton also is in a band called Martini Ranch.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yes, and they have the greatest video for the most mediocre song that you will ever see. They had a song called
Put
Reach.
that on. Yeah.
Reach?
Yep, Reach is the name of the song. And coming off The Abyss, Paxton convinced James Cameron to direct his music video. So it has Lance Henriksen in it. It has, again, all these really cool Hollywood people. And, it's a very generic rock song, 90s rock. So
I asked you a question 5 minutes ago. You still haven't answered.
Why
did you pick this movie?
Do you regret me being on your show yet? Because
no.
You will.
No, I think it's great. No, it's
you can't get me to answer.
Wait, is that a threat? I've been watching Dexter, man. I can't.
No.
He doesn't threaten people.
Why did I choose this movie? It's partly because I don't think this movie gets any recognition. So I think this movie has some of the best production design I've ever seen in a movie. I think a lot of parts of it are hilarious.
Yes.
And it's weird that it just kind of fell through the cracks with nobody really knowing it. Not even as like a midnight movie, as far as I know. You know, it didn't really get like the Pink Flamingos or Dr. Caligari. Not Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, but Caligari, the Jerry Stahl movie from the 90s.
Sure.
Midnight movie kind of treatment. So
Jerry who?
Jerry Stahl.
Wait, what's considered a midnight movie?
A midnight movie is, so, you know, it would be usually on like college campuses and that kind of thing. The local art theater would play weird movies.
Grindhouse, maybe? Would Grindhouse be considered? Not the movie Grindhouse, but Grindhouse type movies fall into midnight movies?
No, I tend to think of Grindhouse movies more as like a drive-in movie theater sort of fare. Where midnight movies, like I said, Pink Flamingos by John Waters is kind of the, you know, classic example of a midnight movie.
So weird.
Usually they're weird, yeah. Yeah, like I said, Dr. Caligari. Did you ever see like Santa Sangre or The Holy Mountain or El Topo? So Alejandro Jodorowsky?
No.
I'm sorry.
Okay. He's a Chilean filmmaker, and he makes some of the weirdest movies ever imagined by humans. They're amazing, but and the visuals in them are fantastic. But
Pedro Pascal probably likes them.
What?
You know, as you brought up, Pedro Pascal is Chilean.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
the sea
anything.
bass in Jurassic Park.
if Senor Pascal has good taste in films, then he probably loves the work of Jodorowsky.
Okay.
He almost did Dune.
He almost did a Dune?
Before they gave Dune to Lynch.
Oh, wait, is that the documentary about the guy who wrote, like, drew all these crazy pictures and stuff?
Well, no, it wasn't that he drew them. It was that he had, like, if he had made that film, it would have been the most incredible film because everybody that was involved with his version of Dune went on to make things like Alien and you know, and stuff like that. Like Dan O'Bannon, I think, was in it, and H.R. Giger, I think, was involved. And
could you just, for the audience, tell people who those people are?
Dan O'Bannon, if I remember right, he's the guy that did a lot of the concept art for like the Alien movies, and then H.R. Giger is the one who designed the Alien itself. I think he was Dutch. Don't quote me on that, but
I try to never quote people on the Dutch.
But did a lot of his artwork was focused on like weird erotomechanic, you know, hybrid, like phallus in creepy ways kind of things.
Creepy penises. Got it.
Yeah.
I know what phallic means. And I got eroto, what'd you call it? Robo-eroto?
Erotomechanic.
Erotomechanic.
Yeah, so it would be like machines that were made of human organs.
Yeah. Super gross.
Yeah, and so you can kind of see where the alien came from and all of that.
And in this movie, I feel in the non-spoiler section, since it's, you know, in the trailer and kind of the log line for the movie, stand-up comic grows third arm. And you've probably come this far, and some people are listening to this like, it's the non-spoiler, I don't know, maybe I'll watch this movie, it's on YouTube.
No, it is right in the description. It's not actually on the box art, I guess, but yeah, so the general plot of the movie is that Marty Malt, played by Judd Nelson, is a failing comedian. A lot of people say he's an unfunny comedian, but
he's a comedian. You don't need to like it's.
But I find his jokes hilarious, so I won't say he's an unfunny comedian. I'm one of the few people, like, as I was rewatching this to talk about it with you, I found myself still laughing at least half of his jokes.
Yeah, I think I watched this movie with one of my brothers, and I think we were laughing some of the time. It was his delivery that sucked.
Oh, for me, it's the delivery that makes him.
The timing and everything.
It's like Were you a big alt comedy guy?
I don't know about alt comedy, but I do like unjokes.
Unjokes?
Yeah, like my family was so poor when I was growing up, we could only afford a blue car. It's not funny.
Oh, come on.
But it's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny because like having a car is now considered a privilege, I suppose. And at the time that joke came out, it was probably.
I do find that analyzing humor is the best way to make it funny.
No, I do. I mean, it's a debate show, so the show you come on and go, like, why was that funny, or what's wrong with people? You know, were we all sexist back in the '90s? Yes. You know, you don't think so?
Yeah, we definitely. I think we still are.
No,
There's
I'm not.
still not us, but you know what I mean, like Hollywood.
I probably am.
I think we've come a long way in, you know, at least avoiding the use of certain terminology that might be offensive.
One of the things about this movie that was fun is that there wasn't like, sometimes we go back and we watch movies. Yeah. I think of like Monster Squad did poorly at the box office and then became a cult classic, whereas this has not become a cult classic. What I could say to this movie's favor is it didn't like denigrate other people. I didn't feel like women were and I would accept being baited on this, although we'd probably need spoilers to go into why.
Yeah.
Did you think that the movie is sexist?
Not overtly, but there are terrible things that happen to women in the movie, for sure.
Well, there's terrible things that happen to everybody in this movie.
Well,
not at the level they have with women, though. I mean, I'm not going to spoil what happens.
I would say, without getting into spoilers, at least one of the interactions between Gus and Rosarita is definitely problematic.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, and I saw my spoiler notes just as I was looking for my notes, and it's like, yes, that thing is very bad, but then changes, and, if they let you do it, to quote your favorite president.
Yeah, so it is not okay.
Definitely... No, that scene, that specifically, so, trigger warning for folks out there. I can't talk. Wait, did they do race humor in this? Now that we're on this topic.
No, there was no.
To the best of my knowledge,
humor,
there is no racial humor.
I wrote down racial. Well, okay, there is like the idea that he gets, and like soft spoiler, at the comedy club, he gets replaced by a Aryan-looking person, a fake-looking Aryan person.
Adam Rifkin?
That's Adam Rifkin?
That's the director, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
Oh, that was the director cameo. But his hair is not blonde, and he was overpowdered to look very white, alabaster, one could say.
I would have never thought of that character as Aryan so much as just obnoxious. But
yeah, Aryans can be obnoxious.
They can. I'm just saying it wasn't like he was presented as like a Nordic god or anything. He was
the thing that Kirk
he did tell the same jokes, but it was just better. Maybe that was the appeal, that he had blonde hair. That's why his jokes are better.
Sure. I guess the human xylophone has a Nordic-looking woman playing a xylophone with at least some people of color as the keys in the human xylophone.
This movie does...
One of them being Tony something, like from Bad Santa. One of the people in the human xylophone was
Tony Cox.
Yeah, Tony Cox. He was in Bad Santa, yeah.
I love Tony Cox in Bad Santa. I don't love Bad Santa 2.
So we got both Billy Bob Thornton and Tony Cox in this.
Damn, this is a prequel to Bad Santa.
It apparently
Everyone knows this.
It's how they met.
Yeah.
It's how they met. Kirk made the strong argument that this movie reminded him of a Tim Burton movie. Just Tim Burton
the world
movie
is kind of bleak.
Yeah, so I can see that. You've got the darkness. Where I would draw the line is in this film, and this isn't a spoiler, but in this film, everything is greasy. People's skin looks greasy. The walls look greasy. Everything is greasy. Like this is some sort of...
Yeah.
It's like a weird post-apocalyptic world where there's garbage everywhere. And, of course, Marty and Gus are both garbage men. But, they're getting rid of about 10% of the garbage whenever they're, working. Yeah. And, it's just falling right back out of the truck after they put it in anyway. So it's like they have a job that effectively accomplishes nothing. But everything is greasy. The diner, all the food looks greasy. Their skin, like I said, greasy. It's just all greasy. So,
are you saying that it's not Tim Burton's aesthetic to have things be wet and greasy?
I would say that Tim Burton's aesthetic is much more of like a clean gothic look, where this is much more of like a weird post-apocalyptic greasy look. But the lighting is really a lot like what's used in Tim Burton films, I think.
And why do you feel that way?
You've got a lot of kind of hard side lighting for a bunch of the stuff, very dramatic. And I think the lighting in a lot of it's great. The TV stuff that's on the screen right now, that's all lit flat, just like a TV show would have been at the time.
Sure.
And also props to them for using like an actual old camera where you'd get like that CCD smear when it's moving around and you've got lights in the background.
God, yeah.
So, props to them for that. But, when you're looking at like any of the other scenes, the lighting is, I think, really great in this movie.
You caught me. What's a CCD smear?
Like old TV cameras. We used a technology called CCD where most camera sensors now use CMOS. And if you pointed the CCD straight into a light, and this got better with, the CCDs that were in use in like the late 90s. But if you pointed it right into the light, it would kind of leave a lasting impression. A little bit like, if you like look into a bright light with your eyes.
And then you look somewhere else.
And then you look somewhere else and you get kind of a trail going off of the light. So that would be a CCD smear.
Cat clocks.
Yes, he does have a cat clock in his bedroom.
Every movie in the 90s had a cat clock.
Cat clocks are great. What do you want?
Did you have a cat clock?
I don't think I've ever owned a cat clock, but...
But you were alive in the 90s, as all of us were. And I've seen cat clocks in every movie in the 90s, lots of movies in the 90s.
Yeah, well, that's because they're great.
Why?
It's a cat clock. What do you want?
It's like a, what do you call that big kind of clock that has the thing?
Grandfather clock?
It's like a grandfather clock. It's like a miniaturized grandfather clock.
It helps with pacing, and as you know, pacing is very important in comedy.
It is. What do you think this movie's relationship to the modern world is? Like, is this movie predictive of something? Is it prescient in any way?
Well, I guess there's a lot of garbage in the world, but
are you a believer that like there's too much garbage in the world and we produce too much garbage?
Yes.
I guess I broadly am as well. And more so because of my wife, Mrs. Farx. Does anyone want to bait that?
Blumps.
No, there's...
Oh, I wasn't gonna. Well, I'm gonna debate. I picked up. I mean, for me, it seemed like Blumps was like the prophetic of like Amazon of like.
Oh yeah, huh?
A company that owns everything because they own they do meat. They do the trash, don't they?
Yeah, they
do like everything.
So you're right that Blumps is prescient of like the one mega company that owns everything, which is another very 90s movie thing.
Yeah.
To have that one big mega company that, like Tank Girl, you've got like Water and Power and, 90s movies, there was always like that one dystopian company that owned everything.
Which is funny because the 90s are when like Bill Clinton said, hey, yeah, ABC doesn't have to make other shows for other networks. They can just make them for their own show or their own network. Because it used to be considered, what was it, like not like self-dealing or something, to where Walt Disney, didn't Walt Disney buy ABC during the 90s? And then you look at what happened with Bill Gates, and the antitrust lawsuits that went through. So like there was a reflection of those types of things. And now we live in a world where like, oh, there's 5 companies in this market? Well, that's better than 4 meat packaging companies and 4 meat producing companies.
The companies get together and kind of decide what they're going to charge.
They don't have to get together and decide that.
Yeah, well, and they're all in a race to the bottom in terms of customer service and that kind of thing. Yeah, so and shittification is real.
God bless. Okay, so what other ways in which this movie is? I want to come back to Blumps though.
Yeah, I was going to say, while we're on Blumps, can we segue to Blumps or?
What do you mean? Yeah. No, say whatever you want about Blumps.
So Blumps is one of my favorite things in this movie.
Why?
That was all designed by some artist. So Blumps not only makes everything, but a lot of their products are legitimately horrifying.
Oh, yeah, the cheese-scented cheese.
Cheddar-scented cheese.
Cheddar-scented cheese,
Weasel Roni. Lemon-flavored suppositories. Pork juice, I think, is one of their things. And then, there was one of them. So when Charlie Sheen was on his tiger blood kick, he made some comment about sponsored by Blumps. I've forgotten which Blumps product it was, but he actually, when he was on his Tiger Kick thing, said he was sponsored by Blumps Weasel Roni or something along those lines.
Tiger blood.
But Blumps Tiger Blood isn't a thing. But when he was on that same rant, he said something about being sponsored by Blumps something.
I thought that was a reference to Blumpkins when I first heard it.
No, it's he was in The Chase. And after this movie, Adam Rifkin puts a Blumps product in every one of his other movies. So in The Chase, there's a semi-truck that jackknifes behind them. And as it's sliding toward them, it's got a Blumps, always good, always something, always something.
Oh, man.
Always Blumps. It's always awful good. No, it's awful. It's awful good, awful tasty, awful Blumps is what it says on the truck.
So do you see this as an anti-capitalist screed or something like that?
I do not. I think this was written by Adam Rifkin at age 19, and I think he thought he was going to make a weird, Eraserhead style movie. And it, if we're comparing it to other movies, I would compare it a lot to Eraserhead.
Okay. Why?
Eraserhead has, again, a lot of kind of creepy imagery wrapped around what's ostensibly a comedy. And the biggest difference, I think, is Eraserhead's more industrial with a lot more industrial noises, where this one's a little more organic feeling.
So Eraserhead's Lynch, right?
Yeah.
So Lynch versus Burton. Is this movie more Lynch or Burton? You've got Burton, you've got Lynch, go. Fight.
I haven't seen Eraserhead, so I can't make that comparison.
Sure, but you've seen some Lynch before.
You should see Eraserhead.
Lynch, name some of his movies.
Wild at Heart, Blue Velvet.
Elephant Man.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Okay, so Wild at Heart, Blue Velvet, Inland Empire.
No.
Mulholland Drive. I got 2, probably his 2 best ones.
Yep, Lost Highway.
He made a movie in Minnesota. I can't think of the name at the moment.
The Straight Story?
The Straight Story, is that what it's called?
That's the one. I thought it was in Iowa that he made that, but
I thought Wild at Heart was here.
A lot of that seems like it's more in the desert in the south.
Really?
But
maybe I'm thinking of some other movie with fucking heart.
People who are Lynch fans right now, like former roommates of mine, are probably very upset. I'm not the biggest Lynch. I'm kind of in the Ebert camp on Lynch.
So the Lynch thing you're most likely to have seen is Twin Peaks, which was his TV series.
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay. Or he also did another TV series called On the Air, which is hilarious.
On the Air? I've never heard of this.
You should hear of it. It's great.
Well, tell me more.
On the Air? It's like a old radio drama, or not radio drama, but it's like a radio sort of variety show. And it's like the behind the scenes of making it, and a lot of the David Lynch regulars are in the show. So
what bothers me is that I said Blumpkin earlier, and you knew what that was. Do you know what that
Well,
is?
who doesn't know it? I was thinking it too the first time until I saw they were going for a theme that I was picking up on with. I thought the first time I saw it, I thought, oh, it's just a one-off joke that's supposed to make me think of a Blumpkin.
I don't think
Blumpkin was really a term.
Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I never heard it until the late 90s.
You heard Blumpkin in the late 90s?
Yeah.
Okay. Kirk looked it up the other day
Yeah.
when we were watching this.
One day.
What was the etymology of the word
Well,
Blumpkin?
I mean, it's probably a sound you hear while it happens.
No, it's blowjob,
Oh.
blow, and dump. Yeah, dump. Blumpkin. But the can doesn't have to do anything. It's just
Make it cutesy.
yeah, make it cutesy.
Hi, Mom.
Like a
Well, anyway,
pumpkin.
it's unrelated to the company Blumps.
What do you think is with the mismatched romantic partners in this movie? Like, every romantic relationship is like, why is that person with that person? That was something that, like, and I know I'm speaking to three guys who are unmarried, and I'm a married man, and
I would actually challenge you on that. Okay, so Marty and Rosarita is clearly a terrible relationship and mismatched.
yeah.
What do you find mismatched about Gus and Nikki?
About Gus and Nikki?
Yeah.
I believe, and this is not,
Careful.
no, I'm going to walk right into this one. Most people in society would look and go, what's going on there? You see that, you observe relationships like that in society, but I believe that,
So Gus is unrestrained id.
yes.
Like he has no ego. He has no superego. He is just id. He's pure id.
And wait, could you explain why that's your interpretation?
Because every time he has an idea, he just does it. And like, when he's horny, he just wants to have sex with a woman. And,
Woman. Doesn't matter who the woman is.
he doesn't seem to have a physical type based on, the fact that, I don't know if this would be considered a spoiler, but, he doesn't seem to have a physical type based on the fact that Nikki is a very different body type from Laura Flynn Boyle, and he does try to sleep with both of them.
Yes, that is a spoiler, but I think people will forgive us at this juncture of the podcast.
But yeah, so basically, you've got, Gus, who, just kind of does whatever he wants. He manipulates Marty into doing whatever he does. It's a little bit unclear if Gus has any real fondness for Marty or if he just sees him as a vehicle to Gus's goals.
Well, also they're a mismatched pair.
They are a very mismatched pair.
I guess did I say romantic? Because I could just say mismatched
No, you didn't
relationships.
say romantic.
Okay.
But wait, why do you think they're mismatched? Gus and Nikki.
Because she is into him because he's always ready to go, it seems. But he's ready to go with anyone, so it wouldn't matter who she is by Dan's own, argument for what he is. So that's why he would be mismatched with anyone, regardless of if one would find Nikki to be of conventional beauty standards or not.
If he finds her attractive, what's the issue there, though? I mean, you see, it happens in every sitcom. There's a skinny woman who ends up with a fat guy. Like, it happens, so why is there an issue in here?
That was because we were coming through the different waves of feminism where, like, hey, back in the 60s, women just got the chance to have bank accounts on their own. And then, the difference in earning changed so much, we're basically at parity now in the, the past 15 years or so. And so, that's why it makes, when you see, having to look up something for an episode that's already come out and replayed, a guest brought up that if a man has money, women will find him attractive, but you don't typically see that in reverse. That's why that's my argument against your sitcom thing, and I will invite all, arguments to my looking at the world the way I do.
I can say that after 49 years, I don't really know what women want, so.
Wait, have you not seen the Mel Gibson movie What Women Want?
Probably saw at least some of it on a plane once.
When he's a mind reader, yeah.
I feel like that's a movie you see part of on a plane.
Nah, I've watched the whole thing on TBS once when I was a young lad with my
Could be
father.
in a hotel room.
What?
Could be in a hotel room, not a plane, but
No,
you just
it
see
was
part of it.
intentionally at home in my small town growing up. I should caveat that when I say dad, I mean adopted dad for all these.
All right.
All right, well,
You want to
I want to
specify?
be even
still
more
your dad, so.
in many senses, yes.
I still don't see what the issue is. I don't understand why he can't be with a
When you see an attractive
bigger
guy
woman.
with a heavier woman, you ask why.
Yeah,
Okay,
but why
I
don't
can do
you,
the Larry David
Why
thing
don't you ask why is this skinny
in
woman
reverse?
and with
Because
this
of
fat
money.
guy?
Because of money. You
well,
assume the
I
guy
don't
has
think
money.
he
in the
makes a
sitcoms,
lot
the
less.
guy usually doesn't have money. He's usually,
Yeah.
works a more menial job. But I would say that people have preferences based on whatever they are, and whether, you consider somebody conventionally attractive or not conventionally attractive. There's somebody out there that finds every person in this world beautiful.
I don't think that's true. I think there are people that don't find that there are people that exist that have no love from anyone, even their own mothers, and that's why they go on to do terrible things.
Could be, but if they went out and met enough people, somebody would find them beautiful.
There are 8 billion people on this planet, so with the possibility of connection, yes. Possible? Maybe.
Yeah, and not everybody is also motivated by physical appearance.
That's true, lovely, and what I would teach my children. But
What?
I'm watching a movie.
So I can't say, whether Adam Rifkin, when he was writing this movie, thought it was going to be played for a laugh, but I can say that, at least as it's presented in the film, it doesn't seem to be done with any judgment or...
Okay, well, let's get to spoilers so that I can talk about the scene where Bill Paxton is with more than one person, we'll say, romantically.
No, that is Bill Paxton chewing, not even chewing, just devouring the scenery.
I think that's a great place to end this non-spoilers, so we could go to spoilers.
Can I say the word smorgasbord?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to say the word smorgasbord. He's devouring the smorgasbord.
Thank you for listening. For more JK Productions, find us on Instagram at JK Productions Team and on Facebook, JK Productions MN.